got metal and fucking and plywood for you. I was like, fuck it, I'll come over and check it out. There is literally enough plywood to do the entire back of the greenhouse and the top section of roof that I wanted to do that doesn't get hit by the sun. All that plus some, and then I've got enough metal. It's the there's some 4 foot tall pieces and they're like 8 foot long sheets. Some are cut into halves, but that is literally enough there to wrap my entire raised garden. So it wouldn't just be the pallet wood exposed. It would actually be covered and nice. All I have to do is seal it, paint it, good to go. Shit would be looking fancy. What up, y'all?
What up, everybody, man? How y'all doing? Man, we were just back here discussing shit, and I was like, you know what? Fuck it. Let's just hit the live button. And, the only other thing I can say is straight up, how's everybody doing?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. This is my first time streaming, y'all. So I can do things like this. Hey, what's up? What
Yeah,
was
you
Red,
have the power of the button.
Blackbird, Billy, Teresa, Sophia, my sis. How you doing,
Hey,
beautiful?
before we go live, do I have time to run and take a deuce real quick?
Yeah, man. Yeah. Well, take us with you, man. Hell.
Let's go.
How you doing? One Gypsy Soul. Jen, 73. What's happening? What's happening, everybody? Hell, it's Friday, and we ain't got nothing better to do. Huh?
Apparently, it's Friday.
Man, look, this dude has been crying all day long on the text, man. Man, it's Friday, like all day, man, because he couldn't work in his yard. Ron Stryker, what's happening, man? How you doing, Ron?
Hey, we went to Big Public yesterday, and it fucked up my whole schedule. That's like a Friday activity. So I woke up this morning like, oh fuck, it's Sunday. You know what I mean? I turn on the TV. It's cartoons. I'm like, cool. It's fucking Saturday. You know? Apparently not. Right. It'll feel like Saturday. So.
I know.
Right, yeah, I even named my smoke break. It's Saturday. You know what I mean? What the fuck?
What the hell, man?
Apparently, I am not a very reliable source of information. That's all.
Hold on, man. Let's do some psychological evaluation on this here subject. So, what you're saying is if shit hits the fan and we are in a group and we got a routine going, man. We got shit going our way, man. Things are happening. So what you're telling me is, by what you said, was that basically you're going to, if the routine gets broken, you're going to be fucked up for 2 or 3 days, man. You ain't even going to know what day it is, man. So we're going to have to put you like in timeout and pretty shit. Is that what you're saying?
Pretty much. I'm going to need somebody to send me a pigeon, at least once a month, just to remind me of what season it is.
We had a deer in the yard that has a fucked up leg, broken. Man.
I hate seeing that. That shit, you want to break my heart? That's the quickest fucking. We had a deer last year that was running around that got hit by a car, and its back leg was literally kicked at a 90-degree angle above its ass, and it was just running around on 3 legs, just for weeks, just chilling. Like, oh yeah, I got a retarded leg, but you know I felt so bad for that fucking deer. I hated fucking seeing it every time I saw it. I fucking hated it.
Right. Oh well, I mean, my personal opinion, it's injured like that. It's subject to prey. Why not be the prey and put the food in your freezer?
Yeah, I'm not sure the legality of something like that, but it seems to make sense.
Did you say legality?
Yes, I did. Was that too big of a word for you? Do I need to calm it down?
I mean, no, it's not that it's too big of a word. It's just, I mean, we're talking about. Well, never mind. Deer. We're talking about deer hunting, you know. But anyway,
Is it too big of a word to come out of this face? Is that what it was?
it's quite shocking, you know, that you would go to such an extent, you know, of words and such. You know,
That is a whole lot of syllables. That's
yeah,
almost that's almost two hands.
that's a whole bunch of them things, you know, mixed up
Yeah.
into a thing that's called a word. You know.
Suzuki, I get that, but how much is nature taking its course if it like got hit by a semi and it's got a fucking gimp back leg? You know what I mean? Yeah, it's not really nature. What up, Lady Smith? All y'all. Hello.
What's going on, Dwayne?
We do have some bad news, but we're trying to lighten it up and get y'all happy before we get into it.
Yeah, yeah. I hope y'all are ready for this bad news. We're just trying to lighten it up and make everything, you know. Um,
Right, but it would still feed the coyotes and vultures and shit. But
what's up,
still, I mean, you don't want it to suffer.
Lynn Wilkerson? They don't see how they don't even listen to us, man.
They don't give two shits about us. We're dancing monkeys to these people.
I know, right? I mean, that kind of makes the bad news feel make it a little better, you know?
Right? Shit, if they don't care about us, we don't care about them, right? Ain't that how it works?
Right. We shouldn't care about hurting their feelings. They just hurt ours.
Right?
I mean, my feelings are kind of hurt that they wasn't even listening to us, man. I don't even care.
I mean, my feelings aren't hurt, but I empathize with your pain as my brother. You know, it hurts me that you hurt. So we've got that.
Okay. All right.
Right.
I can go with that. That's pretty cool.
Empathy.
Yeah. Well, let's just see what kind of bad news we can. We'll go ahead and pull it up and show them, man. This is some really bad news, y'all. I got to show y'all, and I hope everybody is cool with this.
We know it's only 2 months away, but you know what I mean? It is beyond our control.
Yeah. This is the only. Well, I'll just show you. Look at here, y'all. We have shirts.
Meetup's got merch.
Meetup's got merch, baby. I want y'all to check this out. What do y'all think?
You have 2 colors and 3 designs to choose from.
So this is all right, so here's the deal. I went with I had someone hit me up, Jen 73. Her brother does shirts. She hit me up and she's like, "Hey, can we, you know, make some shirts for y'all?" And I was like, "Well, what you got?" So I told them what I wanted, and this is what they came up with. Came up with this one. So here's the problem. I mean, it's not a problem to me because it's my two of my more favorite colors anyway, other than green. We can get them in two colors, gray and black. That's right now. It's just the way it is. That's all we can get them in, gray and black. And so it's $20 for the shirts, either set. Now here's another one here. Oh, that's the wrong one. That's
Right,
that
Red
was
Dog?
the first.
That's a
Here's
fact check.
here's the new one. All right, so we can get that one, that design, or that design right there, and there's that one in gray,
That's the
and
one I like right there.
there's that one in black. So you got they're not ghost shirts. So Gen 73 and so all right, they're 20 for regular shirts, and then 2X and above is $5 extra. So if you want a 2X, it's $5. That'll be $25. Okay, and so yeah, we've been working on this in the background, trying to get a little bit of merch going on, and this is what we come up with. I really like this one. I mean, I you know the design, because I told him, I said I wanted something with some raccoons. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, I'm not making a dime off this, y'all. I'm telling you straight up, I'm not making not one dime off of it. I was trying to get them as low cost as possible for everybody. I understand. Damn, Cherokee, listen. Instead of trying to talk, I said 3 times it's come from Gen 73. I've said it like 3 or 4 times.
And
Gen
the bad
73.
news is though, you only have what until the first. This is
Yeah,
the
so no, you got till May the 3rd to get your order in. Okay. Um, May 3rd
you will
is,
pick them up at the meetup.
yes, and she will bring them to the meetup so we don't have to pay shipping and handling. And it's $20. It's May 3rd on the deadline, and the email. Jen, you want to put your email in there? So you're going to email her. You're going to take care of it with her, y'all. Hey, Nassar, what's going on? How you doing, girl? Um, so if you'll so you email her, talk with her. I think she's got a couple of different pay apps and stuff that you can pay ahead of time. I don't know. Y'all might can work out a deal. You know what I'm saying? That's between y'all. I want nothing to do with handling the money. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, and by the way, yeah, Suzuki RM125 there. That's his gal. So
Yep.
um, they're definitely going to be there. I think they were like the first one to rent a campsite, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Solid people from the community. They've been around for a while. You
I've
know.
I've hung out with them backstage, talked with them on the phone multiple times. I trust. I'm ordering shirts. I'm just telling you that. But hold on, I got another little surprise.
There's more.
There's more. Do y'all want to know? There's
There
more.
can't be more. Are you
There is
fooling
more.
me?
There is more. Are y'all ready? We can also do these tumblers for $20. $20 a piece. I'm there's I think they're the 20 ounce, so they'll be the you know good coffee size, drink size. You know what I'm saying?
Are they metal or are they plastic?
They're
I'm
metal, I believe. I believe they're the stainless. I think. I didn't ask that, but I mean I would assume they're the stainless. They're the tumblers with the.
but either way,
Yes,
they're
they're
they're what?
20 ounce metal. Jen said
What's the prices on them?
$20.
$20. Boom, that's better than Walmart. And it's from the greatest meetup in the history of ever. So where else can you get these kind of deals and these kind of savings? We're out of our minds.
Right?
We went fully infomercial. I
We are
apologize.
psycho, psycho, psycho with our prices. I'm gonna order me one of them tumblers too, man. I love that fucking logo right there, dude. That picture. I freaking love it, man.
The raccoon. I mean, it's the official mascot of the meetup. It has to be.
Oh,
It has.
absolutely, absolutely. So, um, did Jen put up her email?
I didn't see it. I think she said, "Wait a minute."
Okay. No, there's no more. That's it.
Yeah.
um,
Thank you.
I am working on something special for the meetup, and I ain't sure how I'm going to gift it. I think what I may do is just have a drawing. We'll just do numbers, however many people's there. You don't have to buy no you don't have to buy a ticket or nothing like that. We'll just write down the numbers of how many people are there. We'll put it in a hat. You draw, and then we'll draw, you know, and we'll get the number, and you'll. I think that's the way we're going to do it. That way, it's just fair, easy, don't cost nothing. But I'm working on something else. All we need is the deer chili. Well, but yeah, all you're going to do is email Gen73. Let's see.
Lucy. You know, you could probably go to your banners and put it up against the across the bottom. I know you texted it to me the other day, so just create a banner to go across the bottom.
Banner.
You are in control of the live. I'm just saying,
How
America.
do I?
Go over to banners and go to type in. It says scroll across.
Well, it's telling me folders. But I got to create a folder first.
Shouldn't have to. It'd be on the side right there. It might
Yeah,
not be banners. It might be the other one.
I'm on banners.
I don't know. Or you can just type it in chat and you can pin it to the top. Either way.
Well, hell, I don't know how to do that either. I don't do all that fancy shit.
Man, you've been on YouTube for 374 years and you still don't know how to fucking work StreamYard? Can you make a banner on the phone? I think so. If you get your phone sideways.
Hang on a second.
She said she's dropped it a few times. I haven't seen it, but in my defense, I'm. Yeah, man.
There we go.
Boom.
Now it's pinned.
There you go. If you want a shirt, black or gray only,
Okay, Miss Sharon.
$20 hairs, 2 designs, 2X and above, $25 hairs. He said she posted 5 times, won't work.
Yeah, I forgot you got to be a mod. I got it though right there for you. So if you want to order, like I said, you can get the tumblers for $20, and you can get the shirts black or gray. They're $20. If you need a 2X or above, it's $5 extra. So it'd be $25. You see what I'm saying? So it's good price on the shirts, good price on the tumblers, I think. Carolina, you know, I did not I actually didn't ask that question. I didn't think about that either. I'm sure. Jen's in here. Jen, do you see that? Are they
I'm
men's
assuming it's going to be
size?
like you'd assume it would just be like a unisex men's size.
Right. What's up,
Just
D
a
Dog?
regular old t-shirt. Unisex? Yeah. So just a regular old t-shirt. Sounds like somebody's dog's running loose. Yeah, simple, easy. Hell yeah. Get a hold of Jen. From what I know, they seem to be decent people. I'm going to be ordering shirts. Well, through Backwoods, I'm going to be ordering shirts. So, how many people have places now? I honestly have no idea. I haven't been paying attention to the RSVP list. I think we are, we're pretty close to the campsites, almost being full up. I think last time I checked, there was less than 10 left, I do believe, but that was a while back. So I don't know.
All right, there is well, some of these people, I don't know if there's a person or two that might not want their name to be announced over. So there is one, two.
We're building a new steel garage right now. It'll be a
There's
two
not.
bed.
There's I think 20 campsites and 3 yurts, and we have so far one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, nine, 10. I think 10 or 11 of them that I know of.
Guaranteed. Yeah.
Yeah, and all the well, that's including all the yurts too.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Yeah. I think it's going to be the best one so far as turnout, or the biggest. I think we're going to have the biggest turnout so far.
yeah, yeah, most definitely. I was just trying to
Fourth
look.
year, y'all. 4 years in a row, we've had a meetup. Craziness. We are roughly 60 days away from number 4. The deadline to order is when? May.
May the 3rd. May the 3rd. You gotta have your orders in. That's so we can get them printed and you know have time for when they leave to head this way and everything. So
Yes, we have people coming from every corner of the country, other countries, buses, trains, ferries, cars, carpooling. Yeah, if you can get here, it's good times. I'm just saying.
we do have a good time. Kick back. I'm gonna bring a bunch of deer burger, make a bunch of deer burgers and deer chili. We'll have some of that. Um, yeah, I mean it's gonna be a good time. There's May 3rd deadline, and you know I think Jen said she had a couple of different pay apps. So just when you email her, just email her, and she can she can tell you, let you know, y'all can work whatever out. So I told him I didn't want anything to do with the ordering and money and all that.
We are just showing you the source, and from there it is on y'all.
Right. I'm definitely ordering one of each of the designs, and I'm gonna order one of them cups too. Definitely.
I would I would definitely specify though, because like we have the full intention that whoever's ordering a shirt will be picking it up from the meetup itself. But
Yes.
if you can't meet the meetup and you need to have it mailed, make sure that you let them know that. That way you can figure that out and figure out, you know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
they don't need to eat the shipping cost. That, you know what I mean? That just don't make any sense.
Right. So there you go. Been working on that. Tried to get something. Well, we'd have a little shirt designs. It turned out really nice, I think. Oh Lord, have mercy.
If there was a LeBron action figure, it would come in a package that laid on its back. You know what I mean?
Well, it'd be laid on the stomach actually,
Yeah.
with his backside showing.
Well, it depends on which protest sign that comes with that specific action figure.
Well, that would have to be. Yeah, I was just Lady Smith. Great minds think alike. I was just fixing to say that it was going to have to be called the bent over Barbie. I was,
Right.
I was fixing to say that. Um, LeBron James edition.
So what is the bad news? The bad news is that the meetup is canceled. There is no meetup at all. It's officially done. We're not doing it.
Yeah. What?
Blackbird said what was the bad news. So
Oh,
apparently she ain't been listening either.
I know, right? No, we're having the meetup. We're gonna have a great fucking time. I like I said, Jen and them. I want to give thanks to her and her brother. They were. I talked to both of them on the phone. We talked it all out. I told them what I wanted. They delivered. Man, because they sent me them shirts, and I was like, man, that raccoon one. When I seen it, I was like, oh man, that's fucking perfect, man. Hell yeah, I
I'm not
like
gonna
it.
lie. I was impressed with the turnaround rate on the replies and getting shit done.
Yeah, yeah, they got shit done too. Yeah, they got after it. So I want to put a special thanks out to Jen 73 and her brother for that. They was really good to us, and it's greatly appreciated.
We try to keep it American and try to keep it in the community. This is shopping local, y'all. You can't get more local than your own fucking community. You know what I mean? So
Yep.
hey,
Yeah, he even was like, well, here's what I can give them to you for, and the 20, and if you want to add a few dollars or whatever. And I was like, nope, I don't want nothing. I don't want to make any money. This is for us to get to enjoy some meetup shirts, man.
yep.
This is a
Yeah.
once a year deal, and so
If it came to a point to where we were starting, if we made profit off the meetup, then the meetup's just fucked. There's no point in having one, in my opinion. You know what I mean? It kind of defeats the whole fucking purpose.
shit, I'd have to charge a whole lot of shit, man, to make up what it costs me to do these meetups,
Right?
and everybody else too. I mean, everybody else is paying for damn camping sites and driving and flying and riding buses and all kinds of shit. So yeah,
Hell, I still owe you $24. Shit.
do you? See, you could have got away with that, man. I didn't even remember. I don't care. I don't give a shit. I mean, but I mean, really and truly, though, I could use a foot rub.
That ain't happening. I will cut a bitch. I will cut a bitch real quick.
What?
Just saying.
You
Just
mean if
say
I took
I,
my shoes off, stuck my feet up in your lap, and said massage, you would cut me?
I would cut you before you even fucking got your sock halfway out of your motherfucking shoe.
All right.
Right, right.
uh, I don't know if y'all remember this and everything, but Pot B
Never
also
heard of it.
on
Never heard of it.
Saturday night, the Adonis Pot B, the Golden Boy, he will be doing a War Games Saturday night. We will sit around the campfire and we will do a war game scenario where we can all talk and throw in caveats and all kinds of cool stuff, man. It's gonna
Yeah.
be fun. You're gonna
Saturday is going to be the best day to be there. So if you're only going to be one of those, "Oh, I'm going to drop in for a while," Saturday would be the way to go. You see Yoko Ono in the chat trying to separate the Beatles. It don't make no sense. There ain't no jumping. You know what I mean? Y'all keep trying, but it ain't happening. You know what I mean?
that was some good shit right there,
Fuck.
man. Speak, yeah, Yoko. Shit, boy, that if some of these people seen what we text to each other, man, hell, they'd be like, damn, y'all like each other.
Right. I was gonna
Oh
say
my
something, but
god,
I completely forgot what the fuck it was.
huh?
I forgot what I was gonna say.
Do y'all do y'all, does anybody got any questions about the shirts or anything? The the link is pinned up there for to
Oh,
order.
squirrel. If you're gonna be just stop by for a couple hours. Saturday would be the day to do it. Naughty Marauders would be Saturday, and then Backwoods has the shirt thingy that he wants to do, and then there might be something for the chillins, maybe, because there will be chillins there, and then yeah, War Game Saturday. So Saturday would be the day to be there. Just saying.
Sure. No,
Aren't you gonna?
no, I'm not doing a thing with. Well, yes. Okay. So, all right. I remember now the what. So what I want to do is I'm gonna get a shirt, an extra shirt, and I'm gonna have everybody sign it. And the gift that I give that I'm working on, that shirt is gonna come with it. So you see what I'm saying? I forgot about saying about the shirt. I'm gonna get a shirt. I'm gonna have everybody sign it, and then I'm gonna have something special that I'm making. I'm working on. I'm gonna make, and it's gonna be really nice. I think it's gonna be cool as shit, and it'll come. The gift I'm making will come with that shirt. Whoever draws, it's just gonna be the luck of the draw. That's we're gonna do it that way. It's fair, legal. Nobody can complain. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Just draw hats out of the numbers. Or
Numbers out of the hats.
numbers out of the hats. I was trying to read the thing just as
Uh-huh. Hey,
it just
we all
came
been there,
out.
man. We all been
It
there.
just came out. I'm a little bit dyslexic, man.
Can I get a 5 minute reprieve to go help unload groceries from the car? Can you entertain the people on your own? You
Man,
got this?
I'll tell you what. Wait, hold on a second. Hold on, real fast. Hold on, real fast. You're gonna do what again?
I'll be back in 5 minutes.
How the hell is everybody doing, man? If nobody's got anything on the if nobody else has got anything on the shirts, well, that was all we got, and I'll see y'all later. No, I'm kidding. So, what y'all want to talk about, man? There's a lot of shit going on. There's Yankee. What's happening? No, you didn't get voted off the island, bro. Um, no, you just coming in, Yankee. So, I've got the shirt designs. I've got all the information. I figure we're gonna be backstage tonight, Yankee. If you want, I mean, um, when you get there, he is. There's Pot B right there. Let's see. Hang on a second. Hang on a minute, y'all. So y'all want to so there's a lot of shit going on. What do you think about these files proving Hitler survived? Well, give me just a second. Pot B, check your email. Pot B, check your email. Come on, we want to see some smoking pork butt from Pot B, the Adonis, the Golden Boy. So the deal with the files proving Hitler survived, I mean it don't surprise me. I haven't like checked a whole bunch of shit on there and read a whole bunch about it, but I seen that old whatever his name is, Millet or whatever. Um the Harvey A. Millet or however you say it, over in Argentina, he was saying that he's ordered to have all their files released on all the Nazis and German people that came over there. So it wouldn't surprise me a bit if he was alive that the government lied once again. I mean, how many times has the government told the fucking truth? I I can't know. I don't know that they ever have. So the as far as it goes for the Hitler surviving and not actually dying, yeah, I could see that. It wouldn't surprise me one bit. Not even one bit. Sorry, looking. Used them tunnels, yeah. I saw a Nazi get arrested. Did you? Well, I mean, you're old enough, wasn't you? Wasn't you in the war, G-Ma Merkel? I think you was wasn't you one of the foot soldiers, or was you a nurse in the German war? The war with the Nazis. Is that where you saw him get arrested at?
Who's talking shit? What are we doing?
G-Ma Merkel says she saw a Nazi get arrested. I said, "What was you in the war?" I said, "You were in the war, weren't you?"
Yeah, that seems about right.
I asked her, was she a nurse or a foot soldier? That's how she saw a Nazi get arrested. So we were talking about. So they asked if G-Ma Merkel, don't lie. You were in. Just tell us where you were at in Germany. Tell us? Was you a foot soldier or a nurse?
She seems more like a Polak than a German.
She was in the Polish army.
Yeah.
You think? Well, I just was saying, she was on the American side and had to fight against the Nazis.
Right. I have no idea what's going on.
I don't either, half of it. But anyway, they were talking about Hitler and the FBI files that they released proving that Hitler was alive. He wasn't killed in the war.
Oh, and there's the dude from South America is demanding the release of those papers and shit.
Javier Milei, or however you say it, Argentina.
Yeah, Fuera guy.
Yeah,
that guy.
Chainsaw guy.
Yeah. The Spanish Trump, some would say.
Right.
That dude is a fucking wrecking ball. I am a fan of him. He is a fucking gangster. He doesn't give a fuck.
Yankee and Ladysmith, y'all heard do a backstage.
What did Metal say out of his mouth right there?
Recharge your crystals, man. Have you never recharged your crystals?
I think y'all might be on some.
Man, I mean, see, here's the thing about it, man. If you wait a minute, y'all. Wait a minute. Hold on, y'all.
You should really kick that son of a bitch out, okay? We don't need beds in our area, okay? All right.
I caught the vapors.
Bullshit.
Am I pregnant now? Is that what just happened?
Huh?
Everybody in the chat is now pregnant. Pot B.
I know. You're such a stud that everybody gets pregnant when you show up.
I don't pay child support, so suck it up.
Fuck that. I won't have.
No, y'all too expensive. What's that mean?
What's
going on with it, sir?
I've got to get up at 3:30 in the morning.
Nice.
No, it's not nice.
Why is it not nice? Are you making money?
No.
Oh well.
No, I'm flying with the wife to a birthday party, and seems extravagant.
Getting on an airplane for a birthday does seem a little extreme.
It's a buddy we had that moved to Florida. We are using it as an excuse to go to Florida.
Oh, so you're pouting about? You came up here trying to get us to feel bad about you going on a fucking vacation to the beach? Is what you literally just did right now?
I appreciate it. Thank you for the.
That's exactly how I see it. That's exactly how I see it.
Hey.
Oh, Poor me, I gotta take a flight, first class, and sip champagne so I can go sit in my fucking villa down in the Keys.
Oh, no. I will be sleeping on the floor because I found a spot that doesn't have a bed for everybody. Everyone's mad at me, and I was like, I don't give a fuck. I'll sleep on the floor. I don't really give a shit. But I found a range. I found a fully functioning training facility.
Hmm.
So I got to put together a proposal for this guy.
Really?
I went and looked at it. I went and looked at it yesterday, and it's got potential. I don't like the way they have it set up. I'm going to change it, but it's got potential.
Oh yeah.
So is this going to be something that, well, let's say someone such as myself, a backwoods, wanted to visit said facility? Is there going to be discounted rates because I'm such a nice guy? And
Sorry, I've already gone too high. I don't even know who you are anymore, good sir. I'm so far up in the clouds right now.
wow.
Of course you can, dude. Shut up.
So no, I mean, is this going to be there in Springfield or what?
It's down in Galena.
Hmm.
But it's closer to you, actually.
Cool.
About 36 minutes closer to you.
Pretty country down that way.
I will be having a couple of people with me very soon, probably by the time you get all this worked out, that we will be visiting the training center.
The Poppy Karen emerges. Shut up, Metal.
Hey, Demoter, how you doing?
You.
How you doing, sis? Hope you're doing well. I'm doing good. Um,
I'm on vacation already, which is really different from other days. But now I can use an excuse. So.
we may have a bug out Bushido, milkmaid, backwoods entourage showing up to do a little training and maybe sending a round or two downrange.
Oh, that's awesome.
Bug out already has a place here.
So is he going to be at the meetup?
I'm working on it.
You know what? I'm just saying, you either show up or you shut up. I'm just saying.
We're working on. We're working on him to show up for sure, and maybe milkmaid too.
He can always show up like I did the first time for 3 hours.
Right. Just make an appearance. Y'all uppity.
I had a reason, but still, yes.
Yeah, you were scared and antisocial, and your anxiety was kicking in, and you needed to change your tampon. We understand.
Okay, so we're on the same page. All right. So, anyways.
But so we were telling everybody that Saturday night is going to be chock full of really good, fun, entertaining times with the Naughty Marauder game. And after the Naughty Marauder game, I'm going to I'm working on something that I'm going to have as a gift, and then I'm also going to go get one of our Meetup shirts, and I'm gonna have everybody sign it, and then the gift that I'm making and the shirt are going to be just put a number in a hat, and you draw a number, and we'll draw the number out, and whoever picks the number wins.
Hell yeah. That's awesome.
And then the most exciting part is we're all going to be
campfire set, sunset, beautiful weather.
Campfire, we're all sitting around, and Pot B is going to do War Game Saturday night. With a scenario or two, and we are going to sit around and all discuss said scenarios and see what we come up with.
Man, I haven't thought of a single thing that I've written down in the last 2 days.
In the last 2 days, right? Yeah. Well, just what's up, J9? What?
Don't you have like a file folder full of nothing but random scenarios? Like you've got a lifetime worth of fucking scenarios.
I've got a file folder, and then I've got one on my phone. Can't really A whole bunch of different ones.
Hell yeah.
Hold that before he finishes. Don't you be flexing on my game, okay? If I'm done, I'm done. Okay? You got 3 minutes. You get yours or you don't. That's on you. You know what I'm saying?
Right?
You know who said that? Bernie Mac.
I would like to point out that the simple fact that J9 came in here stating that, hey, I'm not a Fed is kind of a Fed thing to say.
Especially if you come in with it as a title.
Right. See, he thinks he's being clever, but J954 is really his badge number.
Oh, we all know that it was probing our abilities last time. How can you deal with certain circumstances and help other people and stuff? We got it. I know what's going on.
That's why he was so scared of the rain last year, is because he knew all those tattoos were like just press-ons and they were going to wash off. He just did all that to infiltrate. They're like, ain't no Fed going to have this much fucking ink all over his head. You know what I mean? We're on to you, sir. We're on to you.
I'll tell you, I did notice that when he come up to my truck when it was pouring down rain, that he had it looked like some ink or something running.
Right, like mascara running and shit, right?
Yeah, but it was tattoo. It was the tattoos. I see.
Right. You see? Yeah. You got to pay attention to the little things, man.
Well, I mean, I noticed it, but I just thought he was wearing makeup. Where he's from, that might be the thing. I mean, I'm not going to judge. You know what I'm saying?
Don't be hating on me. It's a rookie mistake for a Fed to use mascara or anything. You got to use henna tattoos. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Be the semi-permanent. Come on.
Yeah.
Guys.
Stain the skin. Yeah.
We trained for this. We trained for this.
Right.
I'm going to be so pissed if he actually turns out to be a real fucking Fed. I'm just saying.
I'm not. We ain't doing nothing wrong. I don't care.
I know, but I'm just saying. He might be one of them infiltrators.
You know how freaking actually it'd be like exciting and boring for a Fed to really actually like infiltrate a meetup. They'd be like,
Right.
well, this is fun, but y'all are boring as shit.
Right.
Like the only thing that happened was I got hit on by Backwoods.
Pretty much.
Hey. So I want to ask a quick question of everyone in the chat.
Well, I'm fucking with you, Jay. You know you're my brother. We've been in the trenches, man.
Yeah. Jay's cool, man. We're just fucking with you.
Just clearing
Don't get your feelings hurt, damn it. Don't get butt hurt and shit. But I got a quick question to ask to the chat. Maybe it's a statement. I think a statement would be better. If you're in top chat right now, you really fucking suck. I'm just saying. If you're in top chat right now, just go ahead and say, I'm a jackass in the chat. I did. I didn't know if he was a boy or a girl. I said, I kind of thought it was a girl because, well, that's. Remember
the gender neutral names, man. You can't get mad if somebody doesn't know.
It's pretty good point.
Right?
Pretty good point.
Michelle said you're a jackass.
Was that a blanket statement?
Well, I said if you are in top chat, say you're a jackass in the chat.
Oh.
So she was in top chat, I guess. But she called me a jackass, though. Wait a minute. Hold on.
That's reverse psychology.
I know, right? It's gonna mess my head up for a minute. Hang on. Oh Lord, don't even say that. That might get you in trouble, J9. Oh Lord, he's in top chat.
If you ask that question, that just says that you have literally been in top chat your entire life.
And even worse so, that is definitely a Fed mistake right there.
I'm just saying, did he do the free candy and someone covered for him? I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding, Jay. It's cool. It's cool.
Was it a psyop? Right?
It's everything's a psyop. I'm a psyop. I am gonna make that as a hat. I'm gonna have a hat that just says I'm a psyop.
You can't steal my thumbnail from a smoke break and use it as a chat talking point. What the hell, man?
Who?
That's plagiarism. So apparently it's Friday all day long.
Yeah.
So everybody in chat, what are y'all thinking about with the way everything's going on? Do y'all pay attention to the tariffs and the stock market and all this kind of things? Do y'all pay attention to any of that shit, or go ahead?
I just put money in XRP.
Did you?
I've never ever done anything with the stock market or cryptocurrency or anything, but I've got a whole bunch of people I talk to that jumped into like dabbling, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And my chiropractor, he got into XRP when it was like a cent. It was actually less than a cent, but it was a cent, and he put $400 in it, right? So he's got 40,000 fucking shares in the thing. He has $80,000 right now on a $400 investment. And I was like,
I literally had a talk with the boy like 2 weeks ago, and he came over and we had a day trading talk for like 2 hours. I'm going to get a digital wallet, and I'm XRP, and there's like 2 or 3 other ones that I'm just, I can throw in a couple bucks on this shit.
I downloaded the Coinbase app, and I went in, I threw some money into XRP because I was like, it was less than $2, and I was like, if it does actually connect itself to the government, and if it does get revaluated or anything, I have a chance to actually like really break out of the fucking slump I'm in. I could use that to do some good shit. You know, I could buy land. I could do whatever the fuck I want to. I mean, I could hold on to it forever, but fuck that. I could hold on to some of it, whatever. But I mean, I don't think it's going to be Bitcoin. But
it's not going to be Bitcoin. The future. I mean, Suzuki, I get it, but you can't stop the future. That's coming no matter what, and it's going to be a part of American. It's going to be global currency for at least a century.
Oh, absolutely.
I've said it was bullshit forever. And back in 2014, I had buddies that were telling me to get into Bitcoin. And I was like, that's the stupidest fucking thing I've ever heard. It was less than $100 a fucking share. And at the time, I was making great money. I could have had a decent amount of it and now been a millionaire for no reason.
Let's just say, I don't know. I get it. Fuck the stock market. But America is built on free market and capitalism. There's a chance to make money.
Well, you know what I mean? Here's the positive. Yes, fuck the stock market and the way they do things. But if you dabble in their game a little bit with just a percentage of whatever you can, and you do something with it, you can pull that shit out. You can get your land. You could do your shit. You could say fuck everything because you could be free of everything. Dink.
Yeah, I am a big fan. I know everybody was freaking out and sold a lot of their shit. Like a week or so ago, the stock market hit a low, and everybody was freaking out. There was a giant sell. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But then, what is it now? The other day, it literally hit the highest it's ever been since 81 or 82 or some crazy shit like that. Yeah. So I love the tariffs. I think they're working fucking perfectly. I don't have a single complaint so far about what the man's doing.
Yeah,
with that kind of shit, because if you want an omelet, you got to break some fucking eggs. I'm tired of all these people now who are whining. Oh, Trump's fucking us over, fucking over the working man. This shit don't happen overnight. How fucking retarded are you? This is a global fucking situation. It's not a snap your fingers, everybody's rich. You got to take a little bit of bruises to get to the happy point. You know what I mean? The literal exact same thing happened his first 4 years.
Yeah.
It sucked for a minute, a couple months worth of some bullshit, and it's really not even that fucking bad. relatively. You know what I mean?
Well, here's what. So here's I done the stock market for, or, well, it was 401k, and money was in the stock market, and I would go and call and be like, hey, put so much over here on this high deal, you know what I'm saying, and make a few dollars, man. I did make some money playing around like that, and and everything. But here's something that I was thinking about the other night, and there was a lot of people talking about, oh my God, grandma's losing her 401k. All right, now here's the question, because I really don't know this. So, all right, let's say, all right, let's say you got $100,000. Let's just go with an easy number here, $100,000, and the, all right, and so you invested up to 100. Now you're retired, because this would cover the grandma part. Okay, you're
Yeah.
retired, so you only put in $100,000, right? Okay, so your investments, the stock market and stuff, it's going up like it's been doing for a pretty good while. All right, stock market's going up, so you make money, right? So let's say it goes up enough that you have $140,000 now. Okay, if the stock market goes down, and like it did, because it didn't go down that much, but it went down a little bit. Okay, let's say it knocked you back down to 115. Are you still not $15,000 in profit?
Yeah.
I'm just saying, because in 2022, and I think 2023 also, we had dips way harder than what this one was, like way fucking harder. And my question is why wasn't everybody outraged then? You know
Right.
what I mean? Wasn't it nobody cared. And so all I'm saying is that, you know, I've said before, and I'm not ever trying to give financial advice. I watched the stock market and played it, made a little money off of it, lost a little money, played, back and forth. And I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I just didn't like the whole volatility of it, the way that, because everything I've been reading over, okay, so the top 10% people, okay, and here's where I'm gonna go with this about them blaming Trump, but everybody blaming Trump. Well, the top 10% of the people in the stock market, the millionaires, the billionaires, they own 88% of the fucking stock market.
Yeah.
88%. So when the stock market falls, and everybody goes, look, Trump made me lose money. No,
Yeah.
them fucking millionaires and billionaires sold short to get the fuck out of there, and that's what made you lose money, because there's a whole bunch of them that don't like Trump, and and a lot of them done this shit just to make Trump look bad. You know what I'm saying? They purposely did that. So the top 10% controls 88% of the fucking stock market. They're the ones who shorted grandma. They're the ones who make people lose their money,
Yeah.
because there's a lot of them that don't like Trump, and they tried to blame it on Trump and make him look bad because of the tariffs. The tariffs are working, and a lot of people don't understand with these tariffs, man. These tariffs come in, and it brings money, and it goes directly into the treasury. And what they're talking about doing is they've already got it to where they're going to be able to trade the money they're coming in with tariffs into the treasury. You know what I'm saying? Put it into the treasury and trade that out for everybody. All taxpayers making $150,000 and less do not have to pay any federal income taxes.
Yeah.
That is their goal. He stated it. Lutnick stated it. The Bassett guy has stated it. They've all said this is the goal. to make it to where, and they want to make this happen before the midterms.
Yeah.
So these tariffs are going to offset to where they can tell people 150,000 and less, you don't have to pay federal income taxes any longer. That will
Coral,
fucking
Coral, you need to lighten up. You are so paranoid.
Got really loud.
China sold our treasury bonds last night, all of them. That will crash the dollar. Well, you know, here's the funny thing about all this is every single thing that happens, they go, this is going to crash the dollar. This is going to crash the dollar. Bernie Sanders, I watched the deal earlier, and it had Bernie Sanders from for the last 15 years or so, every single year. And he said the same thing over and over and over and over and over. Al Gore's been saying for since the early 2000s that the climate was, we're all going to be dead. I think it was Ocasio-Cortez several years ago said in 12 years we're all going to die. And I mean all this shit are going to crash the economy. This is going to crash the economy. Look, oh my God, the stocks are going down for a minute, now, man. If you go and go here, I'll tell you what. Here, I'll do this for y'all just to prove a point. Hang on, just a second. Hang on.
Like that's also while I'm putting a little bit of my money in something that's not backed by a dollar.
Right.
I mean, if it's going to be, I'll have something that'll push me around.
I look at it as I get China is a big chunk, but I mean, kind of circling back around to the investments. Somebody said it earlier: copper, aluminum, things like that. The base raw materials.
Yeah.
I think that's going to be a good thing. I'm not a financial professional. This is for education or entertainment purposes only. Do not take my legal advice. I'm retarded.
Hey.
But if we're going to start bringing manufacturing and shit back to America, and then we're talking about bringing semiconductors and shit like that back to America, common sense would dictate if we're going to be doing stuff in America, we're going to need those raw materials, and the raw material prices are going to go up in value.
I saw the funniest thing when it came to talking about China. Someone compared Call of Duty Black Ops 2 back in 2013, I think it was, way back in the day. And the basis of the campaign was China and the U.S. was in a Cold War.
Mm.
China would not export their precious metals. And then that was the whole. And back in 2013, it was based in the year 2025.
So
it makes sense.
It's funny.
So real quick here, this is a 10-year trend on the stock market. And I want y'all to look. It down. Look, from 26 to 23, lost 3,000. Boom. Where is this at? 26, dropped all the way down to 21. Boom. Went up but I want y'all to notice something. I want y'all to pay attention to something, okay? You watch the stock market. The one thing you can say that it has done for 10 years is completely went up, right? It's just steadily increased. Okay, there's downturns, but now pay attention. What happens right here at this downturn? See this downturn right here?
Mm-hmm.
Boom, drop, bam. What happens?
A little double dip, and then it shot up.
And then boom, it shoots way up. Watch this. Watch. Look. And then it drops, kind of rises, then it drops again, and then look, boom, shoots way up. Now watch this. Drop, boom, boom, drop, boom, shoots right up there. You see what I'm saying? Man, people need to stop fucking panicking and go back and look long term. There's historical data all over Google. All you got to do is a quick Google search. And, it's like real talk, 10-year average right there, boom. And you can see the stock market has done nothing but go up.
Yeah.
Nothing but go up. Exactly, J9. Hidden in plain sight, man, for everybody to see. And all you got to do is use your brain a little bit and say, you know what? What has the stock market done for the last 10 years? Is this normal? And you can see it's absolutely totally fucking normal. And every time there's a big dip, what happens? Boom, it shoots up. Dip, boom, shoots up. Dip, boom, shoots up. I mean, it's consistent over and over again. So there is no reason to panic over this. You know
And
what
I
I'm
mean,
saying?
the way I see it in its simplest form, the only reason China exists, the only reason it has an economy, is because of America. So whether we go to war with them or they cash in their bonds or call in their debts, it's still going to affect them the exact same way. If they lose us as a consumer base, they literally cannot stand, because their whole culture is based on slave labor to fill our markets with a bunch of bullshit, to collapse our industries, make us reliable, on all the stupid shit. That's literally the only thing that holds their country up. They go into debt to sabotage American industries and shit.
Hey, oops, I get it. Money's enslavement, bills are enslavement. I get that. However, if I don't have to sell myself to make it,
Right.
then I might as well actually benefit off the system so I can completely leave the system.
Seems Bitcoin has the same chart. Look, price
Freaking 2014 motherfuckers.
went way up, went down, went back up a little, went down, shot way up, down, and then is shot up, went down a little bit, and shot up, and now it's going back down. I mean, this is, you got to understand, man. You're playing a game, and this should be, you should have a portfolio, as they call it, and have don't have all your eggs in one basket. Is a really smart move. My personal belief, I got out of the 401k shit, the stock market. I got out of that shit because it is volatile,
Mm-hmm.
and I've seen a better path forward with my money, and it did help us big time, tremendously. Got us on a different, better path, and so just do what y'all feel is necessary, but there's no reason, honestly, there's no reason to panic, because number one, you're supposed to be a prepper, man, and this, a lifestyle person, a prepper, a homesteader's lifestyle. You guys really should be not panicking at all. Nobody should in this chat. You know what I mean? Because we prep our minds. How many times have I said, when you prepare your mind properly, things will fall into place? Go ahead, Hutch.
There is one important, blatantly obvious thing that we are overlooking that has been mentioned literally 1,000 fucking times. We all know that the dollar is not technically no longer backed by a gold standard.
Yeah.
We've known that for a long fucking time. Trump also knows this. That's why he's blatantly, publicly making deals with other countries for their rare mineral rights and shit like that. He wants the gold and the diamonds and the rubies and the sapphires, all the he's trying to bring back the physical, you know what I mean?
Well,
Different for gold.
I
physical bag.
I don't. Everybody needs to understand. I don't disagree one bit about the stock market being propped up and all that. Shit, that's easily known right there. But here's the thing you got to understand: is the stock market ain't always indicative of the economy.
Yeah.
When you have jobs, and the way Trump is doing things, bringing all these jobs back, he's brought 70 fucking countries to the table, or they're
90.
90 now.
Last time I looked, it was 90.
Well, I heard 70, but anyway, I mean, shit, 70, 90. I mean, these countries are their phone's ringing off the hook, man. At the White House, they all of them want to make deals, and when they all want to make deals, that's going to do nothing but benefit the United States and financially. And when that kind of money is coming in, that he's bringing in, and the job growth hit a record number. It was above what anybody projected. The job growth already. The inflation has went down to 2.4 now, and it's lower than anybody expected. So the stock market can go down. There, all it is these 88% or the 10% of the wealthiest people holding 88% of the fucking stock market, and all they are doing is playing games with y'all's money. You know, that's all it is they're playing games with y'all's money. That's it. They know good and well what Trump is doing is going to work, and they don't like it because it is not a globalist agenda.
Yeah.
Did you find it, Pot B?
I found a whole bunch of up and down articles. I don't, some are higher than others.
The price of groceries is going down. Pay attention with your eyeballs. Eggs went down from it was $6.50 last month. Eggs are under $5 right now. It's like $4.50, I think, $4.25 for a dozen eggs.
Yeah, eggs dropped. We buy a lot of the same things, which most people do, and our grocery bills come down a little bit, not a lot. And I'll tell you something else. Here's a good one for you. All this negativity and such. I only had to pay half in taxes of what I paid last year.
Nice.
Yep. I was happy. I still don't like what I have to pay, but I was happy. I only had to pay half of what I paid, and we didn't really do anything different. I know Sarah Huckabee Sanders has lowered our taxes 3 times, and we had to pay to the state of Arkansas last year, and we actually got $13 back this year. So that's how much it helped. And then since everybody wants to blame everything on Trump, I'm going to blame this on Trump, that I only have to pay half the taxes this year that I had to pay last year. Thank you, President Trump. Now, his tax plan is already working. Thank you, President Trump.
Oops, I agree with you, but God damn it, man, why? Let's take out the middle section of that. I'm just saying, that's a lot of words, man. That is a whole lot of words for a tiny little screen.
Well, hold on, I'm gonna debunk this. Actually, I'm gonna debunk this. I do go to work. My wife works, but I work for myself because this is America, and I make my own time. You know, I didn't leave the house until 9:30 this morning, and went and got my jobs. I did 30 properties, and hauled off 2 or 3 different things of limbs that I had to cut up. A tree top had fell into the property. One of the properties I did 30 properties this week, and I never ever left the house earlier than 9:30. We didn't leave the house till 11 o'clock one day, and we were home 3:30, 4 o'clock every day. So I don't feel enslaved, man. I don't.
I see. That's words matter. Americans are not enslaved, because it was if Americans are enslaved, it's literally by choice. Therefore, it's not enslavement. I would say they've been manipulated, but Americans are not slaves. They're just sheep. You know what I mean?
Well, bunch of negative Nellies in here. I know they play with the numbers. They played with the numbers since day one, since they started doing it. I mean, come on, guys. This is common knowledge, man. But the thing about it is that you have to understand. We know that they play with the numbers, right?
Yes.
And everybody else knows it. Everybody else knows it, but they still play their game. Let them play their fucking game, man. I mean, who cares?
Even if they do play with the numbers, how many illegals have they already taken out of this country? That opens up how many jobs? You know what I mean? I know there's a guaranteed like 300 and some thousand because I think Honda or Hyundai just said that they're going to open up 7 plants here in America. You know what I mean? That's a job right there. So it's, you know what I mean? Who cares
Everything.
what you
So real quick, hang on, y'all. Hang on, real quick. Suzuki, thank you, brother. Thank you so much, man. You don't have to do that. Y'all know I don't ask for stuff. But thank you so much. And anyway, all right. And so look, all right. That's their trick. Well, ain't nobody tricking nobody, bro. That's the thing. We understand that, I hate, dude, I'm telling you, last year when they told me what my tax bill was, I literally sit there and looked and said, is there a place on there to put fuck you? I'm not paying. And they were like, well, and my wife's all like, don't say that. What. Look, I understand. We all know that. I mean, this ain't a trick. They're not tricking nobody. We all know, but it's a system that we have to do with, or they, what's your solution? Oops. I mean, real talk. I mean, it's real easy to talk about, well, we're slaves and we're this, we're that. We all know this. What's the solution? The only solution is to try to play their game better than them, and find your deductions that you can get. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Find your deductions. Do everything you can to not pay them motherfuckers any more than you have to. Because if you don't, right now, the way things are, you're going to have to draw your line in the sand right there, because they will show up with people with guns, and you're going to have to make your fucking decision right there. That's your only solution. So, see, me being backwoods, like I like tactical shit. I like stealth. I like to sneak attack and shit like that. I do this deer hunting and everything. So I look at it as, what I'm going to do is I'm going to figure out every fucking way I can to not pay them no more money than I have to. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
This right here is the perfect example of
Mm-hmm.
what you guys have said all the time.
Yep.
Vote local. Vote local, and you
Vote
fix
local.
things like this. If you don't want property tax, you vote local, and then you vote a little bit further and a little bit further, and you expand that influence from the inside out. Because if you do that, you can change a shitload for your area.
In a digital age of emails and apps and text messages, I think y'all fail to realize how far an actual handwritten letter goes to a politician, how much
Yeah.
weight that actually fucking holds. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That is real shit.
Dude, the bill that they just passed, and it's got some tax cuts, it's got some spending cuts and shit. I don't know, it's not nothing what I expected, but I've been going back and forth. A bunch of us have been going back and forth with, like, Nancy Mace. She's been on there, and we've been going back and forth with her, and she's like, I look, I can't get them to do 2 trillion. I've tried, and we're like, no, 2 trillion cuts. That's our deficit. We have a $2 trillion deficit every year. So we want 2 trillion in cuts, and they're all seeing this. Daryl Issa, freaking Johnson, Speaker Johnson, they're all, we're hitting all them, man. And it works because they respond and shit. They're reading these any of these social medias, man. I'm telling you, all of them are on X. Y'all may not like X, you may not want to fuck with it, but I'm telling you, go on there and just, if nothing else, subscribe or follow the representatives, and you'll see, man, and you'll see my name in there too, because I'm hounding the shit out of these people, man. You got to do everything you can. You got to, because you know what the big word is? Primary. Oh yeah, you don't want to show up to work today? We need to primary your ass. And everybody's like, yeah, we're gonna primary your ass. And I'm telling you, this shit works, man. They don't want to lose their position. And so see, one of the biggest reasons, I want y'all to know this. One of the biggest reasons why every time a Republican wins the presidency, like we did with the House, the Senate, in the midterms, we always lose either the House or the Senate or both. You know why? Because conservatives, the people who vote Republican, don't get out and vote in the midterms.
Yep.
The numbers are 10 times fucking lower, and we lose it every time. And all it does is sets us back to a Democrat agenda. Trump can sit up there and say, I'll veto everything. But if they own the majority in the House and the Senate, 2/3 vote, man, boom, they override his veto and it becomes law. So, all I'm saying is that people don't get out and vote because so many people say, "Oh, it don't work. It don't work. It don't work." Well, it does.
I would say the other comment that the Army vet Trump girl put up there about they're on their yachts and shit. That's making the enemy bigger than they are. There's a small percentage of high-ranking politicians who have millions of dollars in the bank.
Yep.
The hundreds, if how many people altogether? Congress, Senate, you know what I mean? City council.
535 members of Congress, I believe.
So
something like that.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then even if you break it all the way down to your city council, your mayors, your prosecutors, these aren't millionaires. These are, at the most they're Karens who are working on a buddy system. You know what I mean? Like they're not these giant rich fucking above reproach people kind of, you know what I mean? For the most part, they are literally our neighbors.
No vote not to vote is to let someone else choose for you. Exactly.
Pretty much.
Another thing that proves it's all fake game is the fact that they have special groups to buy stock and slow and stop crash. Exactly, and Rip, but that's what I'm saying. That's, man, if you're going to put some money, I mean, I don't know, what they're trying to, I think what they tried to do is to get the stock market to go down to so it can have a correction. It needs a correction. That's what we've seen over the 10-year trend. That's what it does, is a correction. And every time there's a correction, it shoots back up and shoots up way higher than it was. And I think he did that on purpose to make it do a correction. And then he tweeted out, again, social media, Trump put out on Truth Social, and then it went all over X. He said, now is the time to buy.
Yeah.
And as soon as he said that, the fucking stock market started going back up. So I understand that they're, they short the market. That's why I say I don't want my money in the stock market, because they literally, that 10% of wealthy people that own 8% of the stock market can all get together and be like, we don't like what Trump's doing, so we're pulling all of our money out. Boom, it fucking tanks. Y'all remember one?
But that's one of those things, you don't put in more than you can afford to lose. It's one of those kind of things. Moderation. But I am a fan of physical assets. I think if gold, silver, the precious metals, diamonds, things like that, even physical cash, coins.
Yep.
I'm a big fan of, if it's your money, you should be able to hold it.
Yeah. I'll be better when we start trading caps.
Right.
I'm saying? Yeah, you got it.
But yeah,
I'm with you. I know what you're talking about.
Yes, sir.
But yeah, I don't, I mean, I don't take my money. I mean, I don't put my money in stock market. I mean, there's so much other good things to invest in. Like Hutch was just a gold, silver, things like that. There's a lot of rare coins and shit you can get that's always worth money. There's guns. Guns are always going to be worth money. Bullets. I'm gonna tell you right now, ammunition is always gonna be worth money. Ammunition, great trade item, everything.
There's a I can bring up the email actually right now. There's a lot of ammunition that's going to go up in up in price because of the tariffs, which I'm not against. I mean, but it will affect us, and you know what I mean. Sometimes you gotta bite the bullet to get the end result. But there's a lot of ammunition. I'll bring it up real quick. Actually, hold on.
Is black powder traded on the market? What is that traded as?
No, there's ammunition we get from other countries,
Right.
and it's directly affected.
No, I'm just asking though. Like, if you wanted to invest in ammo, could you invest in just straight powder, or does it? How does it? Are weapons on the stock market? I know guns and shit are, right? Like fucking Winchester and stuff like that.
If you want to invest in, okay, so brass is always good, but I really feel like it's easier to get brass, especially if you're going to make it yourself.
Right.
But you get primers. Primers were hard to get when it was the last time it was like really down. Powder is always good if you could find good powder.
Mhm.
But primers, I would say primers is one of the best things you can get for like regular like center fire ammo. You know what I mean? Like, but let me see if I can find it real quick. It was here we go.
I plan on investing roughly $100 over the course of a year into some kind of stocks.
So for
I'm a-
Igman, Patriot Sport, PMC, MagTech, Wolf, MaxTech, Cellier and Bellet, and some other 9mm 223 556 ammo. They're all going to get hit a little bit. You got a 25% tariff that's going to be, and this was before they dropped it back down to 10 for the people that like complied.
Right.
So take that with a grain of salt. But there was the 25% on PMC from South Korea, 20% on Raug, Rio, Bellum, and Cellier and Bellet from the European Union, Magtech, CBC, and Rio, 10%. So that's the same. 10% for ZSR, BPS, Sterling, Turak, Turan, and Gecko. United Kingdom had a 10%, but it's not really a big impact. There's a 36%, which I'm assuming they already complied to, for Igman from Bosnia.
Bosnia. Yeah.
Philippines had an 18% for Arms Corps. Czech Republic had a 20% for the Cellar, Bellet, and Patriot Sports. And Agula and Tool Ammo and Barnaul don't really have any worry. Tela from Azerbaijan, they had a 10%. This is what I got sent to me from a tariff warning for an ammunition like wholesaler for my company. So take it how you want. I know it'll change, but you might find a little increase. Don't freak out about it. It's just stuff messing around with tariffs. It will go down, it'll go up, but I wouldn't like freak out about it.
Well, here's the thing, guys. Man, you know, there, like Hutch said earlier, you got to break some eggs to make an omelet. I mean, it's just kind of the way it is. And and here's another good one right here. Is having a piece of dirt, man. You ain't got shit unless you got land, and I agree with that. That's why I say there's so many more better investments than stock market and shit. It's because you're playing a rich man's game in the stock market. It's owned nearly all by people that are millionaire and billionaires. And so it's. Man, a piece of land, 5 acres, 3 acres somewhere, 2 acres, hell, an acre somewhere is better than having, $50,000-$60,000 in the stock market. Because man, I'm telling you, they could yank their shit tomorrow and you lose every fucking thing. And see, that's the problem is they'll have money to reinvest, but you don't. you just lost everything.
Hey, speaking of that, I found like 80-acre plots of land for less than like $169,000 in Ava.
Nice.
I'm just saying for the people that were talking about co-ops and things like that, or there's in Ava, Missouri, their land is fairly cheap for their economy. So price
That
per acre.
shit, that
But don't come here. Missouri's full.
I
Disregard
mean,
everything.
no land available in Ava. Fuck off.
well, see, here's the thing, man. Like this, forget the fancy cars, handbags, and garbage and status crap. And I agree, man. I'm driving the same truck for going on 16 years now. It's got 260,000 miles on it, man. Still
Yeah.
running. And I'm gonna keep driving it. Some bitch ain't about to go pay prices for a truck. Here's Yankee, right? I took my money out of 401k and bought land, and he bought some beautiful fucking land, man. God dang, that is some beautiful land, man. Whew.
Nice.
I seen it under drone footage, man. It is fucking man, it is fucking nice. The
Nice.
short selling and making more trades at a lower price. It has zero to do with the tariffs. It's just great timing to blame that. Well, yeah, but they were trying to prove a point, and that's what I said earlier, Lynn, is that's what them fuckers done, man. They don't like Trump. There's a lot of them that don't like Trump, and they don't like what he's doing, and they wanted to try to make it look like, you know, that Trump was crashing the economy when it wasn't, or the stock market. It wasn't him. It was them that were pulling their fucking money short selling.
Yeah.
Well, you bought it with gold, or you traded a Ford truck for it. It's beautiful land. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I am looking forward to the day that silver hits $50 an ounce. So I like silver way more than I like gold.
Right.
Got more room.
Well,
Hmm.
I mean, somebody asked me that one time a long while back about, they had so much money in 401k, and I was like, well, I mean, I don't want to tell you what to do. That's your retirement or whatever. And I was like, no, like they didn't trust it. And I said, well, I mean, why not buy some land? Or well, I'm already buying a house and stuff. Well, so pull it out and pay your house off. you know, I mean, we paid ours down. We paid, some stuff off. I bought a car for cash, you know, paid a lot down on our house. We don't owe much at all, man. We're down in the 30s, and our land will be paid. Our house and land will be paid for, man. I mean, shit. There's so much better things to invest in, man. You know, I'm not an investor, investment advisor or whatever. I mean, y'all do what y'all want to do with y'all's money. I'm just telling you what I did. It's you
Yeah.
know,
What Yankee said right there. Completely debt free is the ticket. That's how you don't be a slave to the system.
that's exactly right. That's why I'm still driving the old Ford truck and trying to get my house paid off. you know, um, I mean,
I'm
it's
just
just
trying to do it at a different pace than I'm currently doing it. I could live my life right now. I don't really give a shit if I ever like went into bankruptcy or anything like that. But if I can increase the speed of it and just a possibility to wipe it out and get land, because my dream is to have like 300 acres. That's like my goal. I'm never going to make it there at the pace I'm going. I can dream all I want, but that doesn't buy shit.
Right.
So I'm really hoping.
yeah. See, that right there is 10 times the smart investment than investing in any of the, you know, I mean, majorly, your major investments, that right there, what she's talking about is way better investment than, any kind of stock market or Bitcoins or any of that shit. And that's what I was talking about having your portfolio or whatever expanded a little to where you've got a little investment in your Bitcoins or whatever, XRPs, whatever, that's all that shit. Maybe you got a little bit in the stock market, maybe you got a little bit here and there, but the main thing, buy land, man. Well, there's no way right now I would be
Yeah.
sitting on $200,000 in 401k or in
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying, in stocks and shit.
No land.
And I didn't own land. I would own land. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't have no money left in the stock market or wherever it is, but I would own land. That's what I did. I'm down to the low 30s, bro, and I'm working hard to have it completely paid off by the time I'm retired.
I know that's one of the biggest things I focus on is I got the buy land thing figured out. Now I am working on the equity part. You know what I mean? I'm trying to make this thing as valuable and as functional as possible.
Yeah.
Yeah, my dad was Vietnam vet, is a Vietnam vet. Marine, front line, grunt, jarhead, in the trenches. If I ever come to money, I'll buy land first. Me too. I've talked about that so many times, man. People like, man, if you won the lottery, would you, man, what kind of car would you buy? What would you buy this? Shit, I'm buying land. Like, I'm buying my hunting lease first. That'd be the
Pros.
very first thing I would buy is my hunting lease. 214 acres out in the middle
You
of nowhere.
literally froze up. Was it just me or did Backwoods freeze up?
Did I
Just
freeze?
It was just you.
My bad.
Okay. Well, I was gonna say we've been having internet issues because of that storm we had, man. They're running around repairing shit.
Backwards. You still there? Backwards.
No.
Pop B, why don't you show me your camera?
Backwards.
How about you do that?
Yeah. Can you show us your camera?
Hutch, you couldn't just join in on it for like 10 seconds, you little bit.
Oh, I thought you were trying to get me. I'm sorry.
I'm trying to get him.
I'm sorry. I failed the assignment. I apologize. That is 1,000% my fault.
Check out my camera though. It's pretty
Right.
pretty tight. I was drunk, man. Leave me alone.
I'm sorry. I was intoxicated. I thought you were peeping on me. I got emotional. I apologize.
I really thought you were going to join in on that one too. I really thought
I'm going to need stronger signals from this point on.
All right.
Right.
Hey, Hutch.
Right. Perfect.
By the way,
Buy land. There's only so much land on this side of the ice wall.
hey, depends on what map you look at. There might be land on the other side of the ice wall. You're just going to get shot on the way there.
Right. That's
The
exactly
grass
what
might
we
be
just
greener
said.
in a different realm. You never know.
That's exactly what we just said. There's only so much land on this side of the ice wall. We can't go across the ice wall.
Yes, I'm a big fan. Hell, me and Backwood have talked about this many times. 1,000 acres. I'd invite all the fellas. You know what I mean? I'm like, boom, here's your little 20-acre spot. Just, you know what I mean? David Koresh style stuff without all the Jesus.
I am being summoned.
Yeah.
She can whip me all she wants if she's making me dinner right now. That's fine. Don't, boy, what do you know?
Give us
out. Okay.
Give us the word. Give us the word of the day before you leave, good sir, Mr. Adonis, sir. Give us the word of the day.
The word of the day.
Yeah.
Is
Did you see him grin when I said Adonis?
Right.
The
conceited son of a bitch.
The word of the day is going to be done. If you ain't done something, you're just wasting your time. Okay? There you go.
Well,
that's your day. That's your word of the day.
We really appreciate your knowledge and experience, and most of all, we appreciate your Adonis stature of making us look better tonight. We appreciate that.
Fuck.
Yeah.
I can't take you serious, Backwoods.
I do feel more enlightened having been in your presence for the last hour or so, and
Dude,
I am grateful.
I'm like total. I'm totally smarter because of this conversation.
You know what? You're right. And if I could leave you guys with one last word, one last huge phrase of wisdom, it would be just that.
Let's see how long we can last. Embrace the awkward.
Shut the fuck up. Later.
See you later, Bobby.
War Game Saturday at the Meetup. Good times.
Well, of course, don't everybody? I mean,
Yeah.
what is this? Did she just really try to shame me? I mean, when she knows her and everybody else does too.
Right.
You know, they project onto you what they project onto you what they do themselves. Just saying. But anyway,
What are we talking about, y'all? Hour 41 minutes. I probably have to go eat something.
We're gonna kick out here. Yeah, we're gonna kick out here in a minute. We're gonna do backstage tonight. Hang out if you're up, whatever. I know now that you got the Ford fucking Ranger, man. No, I know your old lady likes to try to get out a little bit once in a while.
No, I gotta go. I gotta go pick up a ton of plywood tomorrow. I got at least 5 trips of free wood to go pick up tomorrow morning. So, good times.
Right on, right on. Yeah, I mean, shit. Anytime you can score some free metal like that, and then some plywood too, shit.
Yeah.
Man,
I say there's gonna be some big fucking changes around the homestead this year, boy. Shit getting fucking dead. Got some new chains. 2 brand new, fresh, fancy chains still in the package for the chainsaw. So a shit ton of wood to still get moved. Oh yeah, it's starting to look like something around this bitch.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you want to drop the?
Yeah, Sophia, do you care to? Yeah, can you drop that link again? The email's pinned. I'll put up a community post with the shirts on there, so y'all be able to go and look at them. I don't know if Jen's going to have it on her deal. You know, if she wants to put it on her YouTube channel or whatever. You know, do a little or whatever.
I think she said
can do that.
In the description or the bio of her channel, I do believe, something like that.
Okay, cool.
But I mean, you can put up a post. I'll put up a post. Boom. You know what I mean? Just to make sure it gets out there.
Yeah. That way everybody can just kind of look at them. I'm just going to buy one of each. So the cup, and 2 shirts, one of each shirt.
Now, as far as
send her info, cool.
Okay, as far as the pictures and stuff, is there a place where they can see the pictures other than the ones that we showed at the beginning of this stream?
Not that I know of at the moment. That's why I said I'd do a community post.
Okay.
With the pictures. Yeah.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. We'll do a community post, and you do one, and they'll be able to go and look at them and make a decision. If she posted them too, Jen did.
Okay. Good stuff. I was just redundancy.
Our community page has. Let's see. Let me go over there and look right now. Yep, they're up there. Right here.
Good stuff. Yeah, check into the. I'm not sure how many spots are left, y'all. But if you're wanting to go, you might as well hurry up and get you a spot reserved. Because regardless, that park is going to fill up. There will not be an empty spot come the time.
So yeah, I like that raccoon shirt, man. I'm not gonna lie, dude. I really quick question shirt, silk screen or vinyl. That I have no idea.
that would be a question for Miss Jen.
Yep.
Yeah, I like the raccoons.
Sublimation. I don't even know what that is. What is that? Let me look.
Sublimation. I don't know.
You know I can't spell, man. Hell, I can't hardly read either.
That is a very big word. That's way bigger than legality. Just for the record.
I know, right? All y'all smart people, man. Um, in physics, wait,
It's the kind of print.
so
I still
well,
don't know what that is. But it looks good on the shirt from here, so
right? I'm
we'll all find out together.
I'm buying that one and that one, the black shirts, and then I'm getting me some. I might get 2 cups. I don't know. I'll see.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to fuck around and get the raccoon.
Man, the cups is just too cool, man. Like real talk. That's cool as fuck, dude.
That is a hell of a deal. I just don't use cups.
Right. Yeah, but you get one and put it up there next to your doll. I mean, action figures.
But I am also cheap, and yeah,
Yeah, you are cheap. I went over there one time, man, and there was some discounted chicken. And we went to the store and there was some discounted chicken. And we got up there and he asked for another discount, man. I was like, damn, it's
right.
already discounted, bro. It was like $1.50, man. Chicken was
Can
all runny and smelt and shit, but he still bought it because it was at a discount.
I, hey, can I just say I got validated right now with the comment I made the other day? Nope, go up one comment. Go up one
Oh,
comment.
real quick, right there. Can be stretched without messing up the image. Okay, cool.
Nice.
That
I
one.
mentioned coffee mugs, and Backwoods, out of his own mouth hole, said, "We don't have that many people who actually drink out of coffee mugs, though. Let's go with tumblers." I tried to get. Even though I'm a coffee hater, and I will gladly face you on the battlefield, you coffee drinkers, to the death. I think you're
Well, I
communists.
bet you.
I
I bet.
defend your right
Hold
to
on,
drink.
hold on. Before you try to get you sir can just calm down a little bit. Because I don't know. Y'all can hit up motherfucking Jen, and she can talk to her brother, and maybe they can do some coffee cups. Just
Hey,
saying.
hey,
Maybe he's got a few coffee cups laying around. It's like, sure, I can throw. I can do that one too. I'm
right?
just saying.
He might have some inventory. You never know.
Maybe he can. Maybe he's got. Maybe he can put y'all some of these trash pandas on your underwears. How about that?
Right?
I mean, what shit.
Yeah.
What do y'all want from me, man? I'm trying.
Hey, if the man, hey, you never know. The man he's got a business, right? So, hey, you
Yeah,
never know what he's got.
hit him up, Jen, if he wants to do coffee cups. If any of y'all, when y'all send the email, asked about the coffee cups. You never exactly, Jen. You never know. You know what I'm saying?
What up, hillbilly? Latest shit.
Hillbilly, what's happening?
Corn pop.
Corn Pop in here too. What's up, Corn Pop? Said make some pink drawers. That Hutch would damn sure buy a set of them.
Hey, it's not pink, it's salmon. There is a difference. I'm just saying.
Well,
If you've got a color named after a fish, in my opinion, that's fucking manly enough. So you can just kiss my ass with your insecurities. That's all I got to say about that, sir.
how about big trout on the undies? Right? God, here we go. I would take some camo ones. I don't wear any, but I guess I wouldn't mind some camo ones. I guess if I was gonna have to wear them.
That is the definition of TMI.
I don't care. I ain't shy, man. You know that. Sergeant Randy.
What up, Sarge? It is with an L. With an L. Salmon.
Salmon. Oh, Lord. Well, I mean, I'll tell you what. We're going to go ahead and kick off here, but I'll leave y'all with this. Camo panties would definitely keep you in the bush. Just saying. Y'all, real talk, man. Hit up Jen73. Her bio, it's in her post there. The pictures, y'all can order the email, all that. The email's there. Hit her up. Get your shirts ordered. May 3rd deadline, so that they'll have time to get, for the print and all that, and get them back. And we're gonna Yankee Lady Smith. We're gonna do a backstage tonight. Y'all want, and we'll hang out, have a good time, talk about all kinds of crazy conspiracy, and laugh at people and shit. Man, we laughed our asses off last weekend, bro. We laughed our fucking asses off, dude. There is some funny shit out there, man. People are crazy. But just remember, folks, when you prepare your mind properly, things will fall into place. Just saying. You got anything else to say, Hutch?